Hello and welcome back to Story Time with Renu. Today's story is called Shhhhh Nala. Tara was very excited. There was just one more week left for her 12th birthday. Every year her parents gave her only one gift, but she was always allowed to choose it. And this year she knew exactly what she wanted. And when Amma asked her that question, she was ready with her answer. I want a white mouse as my pet, Amma, she said. What kind of a gift is that, Tara? A mouse in our house? It'll run here, it'll run there, it'll be all over the place, and if it goes out, a cat or a dog might catch it. No, Tara. We can't have a mouse. But Amma, please, we can always keep it in a cage, no? Tara, you know I don't like putting an animal in a cage. Think of something else, Tara. But Amma, I always wanted a white mouse. Sorry, Tara. Think of something else. But Tara didn't want anything else. And she said, it's okay, Amma. I don't want anything for this birthday. But Amma felt very sad for her. She thought and thought what she could get for Tara. But nothing came into her mind. The day before Tara's birthday, she saw a small ad in the paper and she got an idea. The next morning, Tara woke up knowing very well that there would be no gift for her. But she didn't really mind. She knew that what she had asked for was not something that her parents would have given her. When she came back in the evening after visiting her friends, she found a red basket tied up with a blue ribbon in her room. She peeped into the basket and she saw something white. Did Amma get her a mouse? She untied the ribbon, opened the basket, and there was the cutest little white kitten fast asleep inside that basket. She had a pink nose, pink ears, and pink paws. Tara was so happy, she ran to her mother, hugged and said, Amma, this is the best gift ever. This little kitten looks exactly like a white mouse. And when the kitten woke up, meow, meow, she said, and Tara picked her up and gave her some milk. Every day Tara took good care of Nala. Nala grew up into a big cat, but she was a very talkative one. She had different kinds of voices. Meow, 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 meow. She was a talkative cat indeed. She had even learned to say Amma. Can you imagine? Amma, Amma, she would go. Just imagine, all of them were so entranced by her. They loved her. Everyone had time for her. Tara and Tarun played with her all the time. But one day, it was a hot summer day. Exams were right around the corner. Tara and Tarun were busy with their studies. Nala walked into Tara's room. Meow, meow, meow. But Tara had no time for her. Shh, Nala, she said. Nala jumped onto her desk. Not now, Nala, she said. She picked up Nala, put her outside the room and shut the room. So Nala went into Tarun's room. Meow, meow, meow. Tarun was already getting irritated with the studies. Shh, Nala, he said. But Nala didn't keep quiet. So he picked her up, put her outside the room and shut the room. Where do you think Nala went next? She went to Amma's bedroom. Amma was busy counting the clothes for ironing. Meow, meow, went Nala. And Amma lost count of the clothes. Shh, Nala, she said. But Nala, meow, she said and jumped onto the bed and lay right on top of one of the shirts. Oh, Nala, Amma said, picked her up and put her outside the room and shut the door. So Nala went in search of Appa. Appa was in the kitchen busy cooking lunch. Meow, she said. Nala, not in the kitchen when I'm cooking, said Appa. Picked her up, put her outside and shut the door. Poor Nala. Meow, she said and walked out of the house. She climbed up the tree and lay there watching all the birds. The family had their lunch. All of them went for a nap because it was such a hot day. In the evening, they had their tea and Tarun and Tara went to visit their friends taking a break from their studies. That night, all of them had their dinner and went to sleep. The next day was Sunday. Everyone woke up late. They had their breakfast, then they had their lunch. And in the evening when they were having tea, Tara realized that the day the house had been very quiet. Where's Nala, Amma? She asked. I don't know, said Amma. When did you hear her last, Amma? I think yesterday. What? Where could she be? Do you think she's run away? No, Tara. Sometimes cats stay out the whole night. I'm sure she'll come back tonight. But that night, Tara didn't come back. The next morning, Tara was in tears. Amma, where is Nala? Amma, maybe she's run away. Tara, she'll be back today. Anyway, let's look for her. You know how she loves to play hide and seek. So they went looking for her. Nala, Nala. They looked under the chest of drawers, they looked behind it, they looked under the bed, they looked on top of all the cupboards. But Nala was nowhere to be seen. And Nala always gave herself away. All they had to do was call out her name twice and meow, she would say. And they would find her. But today there was no reply. They went out in the garden, they looked up, they looked down at the plants, they looked everywhere and called her name, but she was nowhere to be found. Oh no, Amma, there is no Nala, I miss her, said Tara. But that evening, Nala did come back. But she was so dirty and there was a deep scratch on her face. Amma, 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 look at Nala, why is her face so bloody? Oh, looks like she's been in a cat fight. Let's take her to the vet. And when the vet examined Nala, she said, don't worry, this cut is very superficial. Let me just clean it. So the vet cleaned it very carefully and then she applied some ointment. But doctor, Nala has not talked at all since this time she came back. Her throat must be sore, Tara. So the doctor opened Nala's mouth. She shone a torch inside and said, yes, her throat is sore. She must have screamed and shouted when she was fighting. She'll get better soon, don't worry. She put a couple of drops into Nala's mouth. Here, Tara, put these drops without fail into Nala's mouth every day till she gets better. And apply this ointment too. So they took Nala home and just as the doctor had told her, Nala cleaned the wound and she gave Nala 2 drops in her mouth. After 3-4 days, Nala looked much better. And one day she went, meow. Everyone in that house was so happy. Talk some more, Nala, they said. Meow, 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 she said, winding around all their legs. And from that day on, no one ever said, shh, Nala. I wrote this story inspired by our own cat. We have a white cat called Nala and she loves to talk. But we never say, shh, Nala. That's the end of the story. See you soon. Bye-bye.